Hi everyone, welcome back to World Class Inventors. So we're going to start a new phase in the journey. You've claimed your idea and now we're going to get to the bottom of it. We're going to vet it. Now, the word vet is a real word and it's not the place that you take your dogs and your cats to. It means to take a critical look. It means to weigh. It means to assay. It means to really get to the bottom of it. And I like to use it when it comes to inventing because we really have to get to the bottom of whether your idea is any good or not. So it's going to take a good amount of research. This is something you can't rush. Don't expect to do it in an hour or a day or a week. It's going to take time. And the more complicated your idea, the more involved your invention might be, the more specialized it might be, whether it's production means or materials, the longer it's going to take. But we're going to outline it, and I don't know how many videos we're going to do because I want to try to keep this short. 10 minutes seems to be a good sweet spot, and I don't want to ramble. So I'm basically going to get this thing introduced, but I want to lay some ground rules for you. The first thing is you can't be delusional about your idea. So you won't be making a silk purse out of a sow's ear. And if you don't really grasp what that means is, you can't be doing alchemy. You can't take a chunk of lead and through some sort of chemical reaction, turn it into an ingot of gold. It doesn't work that way. You have to be your harshest critic. You have to almost disprove your idea. You have to prove to yourself beyond a total reasonable doubt that you have something. So the first thing that I want to say is your idea has to be realistic. It can't be something that Fred Flintstone would have had in his car. And it's certainly nothing like George Jetson would have in his little flying car either. It has to be novel, beneficial, more expedient, more useful than the product or product category that is already existing. And you have to kind of look at it as it would be patentable. Now, I told you, not everything requires a patent and some things won't be able to be patented, but it's a proper totem by which to measure your idea. Patents. Is your idea or your claims of your new product going to be over what is already existing out there in the prior art? And that's very important. Now we have to get down to the practical standpoints. Can it be produced? Can it be shipped? Can it be wholesaled? Can it be retailed? Can every single person who touches this, meaning corporations, producers, material suppliers, can everybody who's involved in this make their customary profit percentage? And you can't overprice your product. It has to be in line with what is already existing out into the marketplace. And it would be most beneficial if you can underprice what you're going up against. So it's a tall order. This isn't something that's that easy. But like I told you, cutting 20 years off of your 40-year time clock, that's not that easy either. But it's certainly going to be worth it if you can end up doing something like this. I'm going to point you in the direction of several areas that you can begin to consider to look at technology, supplies, individual products, manufacturers, distributors, and that sort of thing. People that can help you, corporations that can help you. And here is the overarching aspect of this entire thing. Back when I was doing this, in the mid-'80s, late '80s, early '90s, it was the first to invent. So I wrote my idea down, I typed it, I had it notarized, I sent a certified mailed letter to myself, I recorded my idea. It was the first to invent. And if I got into an intellectual property tussle or some sort of conflict, that's what I was going to use to document that it was first to invent. Now, back when I was also doing it, it was incumbent upon the inventor to search high and low out in the marketplace, whether it be in books, publications, advertising, professional journals, industrial supply catalogs, to make sure that your widget wasn't out in what they call the public domain, the public arena. And that still holds true today. What they've done under the first to file is they've broadened that from basically just the United States to the entire world arena, and it doesn't matter what language it's in. So it's first to file. This came under the American Invents Act, and they started working on it in September of 2011, and they finalized it on March 16th, 2013, and it's the first to file. Prior to that, there was no such thing as a provisional patent. Now, is it making sense to you? First to file means they want you to basically register your idea with the USPTO in the form of a provisional patent. That's your timestamp. That's your date certain. Okay? That is the date that you're going to go off of should you decide to file a non-provisional patent. So that is the mechanism. So it becomes very touchy when you go out into the world and you begin to talk to people. When you're rooting around, rustling the leaves, rolling over the stones, and you're saying, well, I'd like information on this particular material, this particular manufacturing process, this particular market. You have to talk in cryptic and couched terms to get the information you want, but you have to be very cautious not to spill the beans. And if you spill the beans to the wrong person, they'll run out for a cheap $75 and they'll file a provisional patent application, and it's the first to file and you'll be out. So it's very touchy. So when I was talking to you about not going to invention services, not going to lawyers, not talking to people about it, not about shouting it from the rooftops, I wasn't being melodramatic. I was building up for this moment to tell you, now we're going to start investigating our idea, so you want to keep it close as possible to your vest. Get what you want, do it covertly, even if you have to tell white lies in the process. Play dumb like Columbo. Go out there and get the information. And for me to launch into the next segment of this, the video is going to double in time, and I don't want to do that. I want to stay around 10 minutes. But I promise in the next video, I'm going to direct you to where you can go to begin to vet your idea. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot, and God bless. Bye-bye.